one of my recent lessons, we looked at how to create momentum on the turnaround by using a triplet lick over the 4 chord. In this lesson, we're going to take that idea one step further by playing a double time lick over the 4 chord. Double time just means playing 16th notes. I guess the idea is, since in a lot of roots music, the 8th note feel is the default rhythm. If you play 16th notes, you're playing twice as fast, so double time, right? So that's the idea. We're going to start in the same place over the 5 chord, and when we get to the 4 chord, we're going to play this cool double time lick before getting back to the 1. Let's go. So the idea is, if we're playing the last 4 bars of a 12-bar blues in E, we're going to start off on a B7 chord, and then over the A chord, we're going to have this flurry of notes, this double time lick that's going to take us back to E, to the 1 chord. So what's going on? Well, if we slow that down, first of all, it's just built out of major and minor pentatonic stuff. So the major pentatonic scale in E, you've got the 3rd, the 5th, the major 6th, and the root, and maybe the 2nd up here. And then minor pentatonic is going to have flat 3rd, 4, 5, flat 7, root, flat 3. So you put that together, it's all the notes you'd want to play when you're playing bluesy stuff in E. So this lick has a little pickup phrase, and then right on the downbeat of the A chord, we're going to have so if we go through it just sort of beat by beat, we're going to start off here on the flat 3rd and pull off, and then hammer on 2nd fret to 3rd fret. And then on the next beat, on beat 2, we're going to pull off twice, from the flat 3rd to the 2nd, and from the 2nd to the open string, the root of E, then over to the 6th, and pull off to the 5th of E. So 1, 2, and on beat 3, we're going to go up to the root, and then the 6th, then pull off to the 5th, over the 4th, and then on beat 4, back to the 5th, the 4th, pull off to the flat 3rd, hammer on to the major 3rd, and then when we get to the E chord, we'll hit a root on top. So that. And if I really slow it down a bunch, it'll sound like this. So that's the lick. The next step is to put this over a steady bass. Let's start off by just putting it over an A. So playing 4 open A notes in a row on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can start playing the double time on top of that. So just check out where the pinches are. Sometimes you're not going to be playing anything on top with the thumb because you're going to be in the middle of a hammer-on or a pull-off or something. So at the beginning we do have a pinch and a pull-off and a hammer-on, but here we're going to pull off while the thumb hits beat 2. Here's a pinch with the high string and a pinch with the 2nd string. Together, that sounds like this. put that little pickup phrase in. It would be coming from B. 4E and a 1. Like that. And finally, we can add some motion to the bass. So instead of just sitting on A, we can go from A to A sharp to B to F sharp on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's implying an A chord, an A sharp diminished chord, and a B7, and then a B7 with the fifth in the bass. But the coordination of pinching and hammering on and pulling off is basically the same. So you might do a little sliding instead of hammering on and pulling off. Right. And let's talk a little bit about which finger does what. Here we could do pinky, sliding up and sliding back as you'd go into the A sharp, pulling off, still with the pinky, and now here middle finger takes the bass, the B, pinky, and then ring finger. And now middle finger moves over to F sharp, and then middle finger again pulls off and hammer onto the index finger for the major third, and then we're done. So slowed down, it looks like this. Of course, you can use whatever fingers feel the most comfortable to you. So once again, just to put the lick in context, we're coming from B7, get to the A7, and that takes us back to the E. So any lick like this that you learn really serves two purposes. First, it's just a cool lick that you can add into your vocabulary and you can reach for it when you need it, when you get to that moment in a tune. But it also is a model that says, here's something you could do. So once you've learned it, you don't have to use that double time lick. You don't have to use that bass line. This is just an example that says, here's a thing you can do when you get to this spot in the tune. Here's one way to do it, but go ahead and find a different double time lick to put over it. Go ahead and find a different bass line to put underneath the lick. Go ahead and swap them both out. It just serves as a mnemonic device for a thing you could do that would work. And so learn the lick, make sure you can drop it in where you want to drop it in, or just start proceeding with that idea of, oh, I can do double time when I get to the 4 chord. That's cool. Let me try some stuff. This way of learning and looking at playing is really the whole premise that my Fingerstyle 5 membership is based on. Whether you're learning a new tune, a new lick, a new turnaround, a new intro, the whole idea is to learn it as an example of what can be done so that you can build your own vocabulary and ultimately take away from those lessons enough ideas that you can start to put together your own song arrangements, your own solos, your own licks, whatever it is that you want to do with the instrument. If you'd like to learn more, check out the Fingerstyle 5 at the link below to start learning new traditional and contemporary blues tunes and building your vocabulary as a fingerstyle blues guitar player. In the meantime, if you've got a question or a comment about today's lesson, leave it for me down below. I would love to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.